Hey now, what's going on, Aries? Welcome back to your weekly Wednesday tarot readings with me here. All right, we're going to do the week of the 24th of April to the 30th. All right, we will miss April, but we got to move on with the rest of the year. So let's just see what's going on for the last week of April for us Aries. All right, so I do invite you to use your own intuition as we go through this as well. Really look at the images to see what it sparks within you, okay? So you have a gift as well. You are divine as well, all right? So let's see. For my Aries here, the 24th to the 30th of April. All right, Aries, so you have messing with fire. Protection, okay? Nobody messes with us and don't get burned. You feel me? All right, cool. So sometimes you need to walk away from situations not to get burned yourself, all right? When there is resistance from others to resolve matters, or if the energy is negative in your environment, it's best to detach and clear your energetic field, okay? Like, I know we blaze real hot, and sometimes if we blaze hot enough, yes, it can come back on us. So it's like asking yourself in any given moment, are you reacting to a situation, or are you taking, are you mastering the energy of pausing and being able to, respond accordingly? Like sometimes we need to take that little pause. You might feel inclined to do that this week. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, you also have tree wisdom. Okay. Embodying. Nature can heal when you integrate with the rhythm of earth. Trees help to remind you to be more like nature intended. Get rooted in a support system, be flexible, branch off in many directions, and embrace the seasons of change. Use the trees as an example of how to live, okay? I say this all the time. Use nature in general as an example of how to live. Use the seasons and what happens in the seasons, what the animals do, and all those things as an example of how to live. Not only does that help you remain present, it helps your frequency continue to rise, all right? Because again, you in that state, you ain't messing with fire. Like nothing even, you don't take things personally. You don't even get to that point anymore, Aries. So like zen it out. All right, cool. So and now that we have gone through that, Aries, let's see what the tarot has in store. And definitely thank you all for being here as you have always been. I really truly appreciate it, because with you, there is no me on here. All right, so thank you, and I'm happy to be of service as well. All right, so let's see. For my Aries, as per usual, we're going to pull cards for the that just did a 360. It was like, anyway, we're going to pull your challenge. What can help you with that challenge? Your past energy, your potential outcome, as well as your past, now, potential outcome, and advice. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, as per usual, we have the Lovers card here. Okay. So this is subconscious energy. So it is giving more self-love energy. There's a lesson that you need to learn in self-love, especially with that, again, that messing with fire and tree wisdom thing is like, all right, don't let anybody like spark negativity within you. Don't allow yourself to absorb that. Don't you love you? You don't have any time for that. You don't have any time for an external experience to force you into a negative vibration, or lower your frequency. You have things to do. You love yourself more than that. So keep that in mind, okay? You do have also, and there might be, it might be the trigger, maybe something that reminds you of something that you don't like within yourself. So it's important to be aware and cognizant of that as well, because at that point it's really nothing to get mad at. That's something that you have to work on within yourself. You have to accept that. You have to love yourself in regard, and I don't want to say in spite. I was about to say in spite, but not in spite. You have to love yourself unconditionally, regardless of any aspects of yourself. You're always growing, you're always healing. So don't let it get to that point. All right. Your challenge here is the Queen of Swords, literally putting up those boundaries. All right. Having that conversation with yourself, that communication with yourself, you know, and speaking into your the divine feminine aspect, like that communication that you like, it's like a mother being able to speak to her child. It's like that's how you're having trouble speaking to yourself, being very direct, very stern, but still showing yourself love. Okay. What can help you with that though is knowing that, you know, all right, Aries, you want to be better in your day to day. Like you want to get past this level. You want to continue to rise above. That's something that you have to learn. This is the part of the journey that you're at. So, I mean, if you want to stay stagnant and still and not still, because stillness and stagnancy is two different things. So if you want to stay stagnant, by all means, you're going to get tired of being disappointed or unhappy at some point, like, because that's what's waiting for you if you just refuse change, you know, or transformation, growth, all of that. So it's like it's part of the journey, you know. It's not all of the journey is very comfortable. It's not supposed to be comfortable. It's just part of everything. All right. Past energy here, you have the Page of Swords. I feel like you've started to be on this journey. Maybe somebody or something shut you down, or maybe you're used to like starting things and not finishing them. I'm gonna need you to finish this one though. Like in the past, like if you start something, one of the boundaries or promises that you can make to yourself from here on out is that you're going to finish it. You know, if you got to do the baby steps and make the thing bigger and bigger as you go on and have success and all of those things, and do that. But if you start and you have that inspiration or that inkling, or you that beginning sense of communication within yourself, then continue. All right. It didn't start for no reason. All right. Because you have the Page of Cups here in reverse for your present energy. And the Page of Cups in reverse is more that energy of, like I said, you starting something but not being able to finish it. Your emotions get in the way. You start to doubt yourself. Like all of these things here, like fear sets in. Like, where is this coming from? You know, you're letting the external circumstances push the fire back on you. You know we're the fire element, right? How all right, we are the firebenders. Ain't coming back on us. Like, all right, bend it back. You know, do not let your emotions be tools or weapons against you. They're supposed to be your tools for success. All right, so the fear, the guilt, the worry, whatever it is, trash. All right, as I always say, trash. Two of Cups here in reverse for your potential outcome, and that is detaching from, or having a healthy detachment from all of the BS. I don't know who, what, when, where, and how is reflecting a part of you that you don't necessarily like. I don't know what it is, but again, it's not something for you to take personally. It's something for you to heal through and detach from, so that you can heal and move on from it. Okay, World card, so that you can move on. All right. You do have the Empress card here for your advice, and I mean, yeah, that's what it comes down to, because this is the divine feminine energy that you are resisting right now. But your advice is to literally let it in. Let this this Venetian energy love you. Love yourself. Like, let it in. It's okay. You know, nurture yourself the way that you need to. Okay. What you're seeing in your experience is not meant to hurt you. It's meant to make you stronger. It's meant to water you. It's meant to fertilize you. Let it do that. Okay. And if you see things in that perspective, again, you're definitely not going to take things personally. You're going to be like, oh, copy, you know? All right, Aries. So we're going to go ahead and clarify these messages to see what else comes out for us. If you would like a personal tarot reading, that information is in the description down below. So, you know, scroll down there. And other than that, let's see. More clarifications for my Aries, my divine Aries, please. My master firebenders. All right. Aries. Messages for my Aries. All right. Not too many at a time. All right. So Aries, you have here. Let me put the card down first. All right, so you have here on the bottom of the deck, clarifying the Lover's card, the Hermit. So two major arcana here for your subconscious energy, and we know what major arcana means. The background energy, that the energy that's not so prevalent, the energy that insists on having us go through cycles until we really get it. So with the Hermit card here in reverse, it's like, again, like, love yourself unconditionally, love yourself in a new and different way. A way that has you not feeling like you're alone in a situation or you're being alienated. This could literally be not only like a self-love thing, this could be like in your romantic relationships. This could be you feeling alone in your relationship or not heard or, just misunderstood, with this Hermit card here. It just feels like you're lonely in love, So, we're going to see, I mean, that's just the subconscious energy right there. So we're going to see more so into this if that, is more so explained, but you don't have to feel that way. You can see it's not necessarily that there it is. It's not necessarily that your person may be attacking you or the world is attacking you or anything like that. It's just a reflection of you. All right. And if you can communicate and work through it together, you'll realize that it was never an attack on your life. It was how can we grow? How can we love each other better? How can we, be alone together? How can we as a little unit get through this together and understand, our reflections, how we need to grow together and separately, So the what you call it, Queen of Swords there for the potential challenge for you. You have the King of Cups as well as the Four of Cups here. And now, more information is coming. Okay, so there's like very regal energy here. One is you, one is them. Okay. So, I mean, I do feel like the Queen of Swords is you, but it can be vice versa, take it how it resonates. But one energy is having trouble like putting that boundaries or communicating whatever it is that they mean, or communicating it even to themselves, like what do you really want, like type of situation. Whereas one is coming with that kind of supportive energy, coming with that cup of love, and it's like the king, whoever in this relationship, whether it's just internally or it's externally, whatever, how it resonates. One person is coming with the support. This is the King of Cups, like all supportive, like the king of manifestation, the king of and it's not necessarily a guy or anything. But the person who has mastered emotional maturity and manifestation, and just like kind of lets their vibe, like, speak volumes. That person is coming with the cup of love. And as you can see, this person is the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, the person that is not receptive to any of the love or any of the nurturing or any of the kind of, the energy that's trying to be given, the support that's trying to be getting, because you're, the Queen of Swords, whoever it is in the relationship, is in their own head and just doing the most. Like they just don't see what's happening. They're like oblivious to you might think you're being attacked, Aries. I really do think it's you that's the Queen of Swords, but it's like you feeling attacked, you're feeling lonely, and you're not realizing that your partner is not coming for you. They're trying to work through this with you, so it's imperative that you see it from a different perspective. Ground yourself, do as the trees do, and don't protect yourself so much that you're actually burning yourself and the relationship. You have like the World card here for what can help you. So that is the Eight of Swords. Yep. The Eight of Swords, and the Lover's card is coming out again. Okay, so it is so important that you learn this lesson in love again, internally, externally, wherever it fits. Okay, it is imperative that you learn that you, by not communicating or by feeling like or assuming that you're being attacked, is putting your relationship, Lover's card here, putting your relationship in a box. You're putting a ceiling on how high you can grow together. And ultimately, if you reach that ceiling and continue to bump your head on the ceiling, what's going to happen to the relationship? It's not going to be there anymore because it's like you don't want to grow past that point. So your person's going to get to the point where they're just like, for their own safety, for their own good, they're going to be like, all right, I love you, but I have to go. It's not going to end up in a nice spot for the relationship. So you have to be, stop being oblivious, and if you really want to be there, if you really want a successful relationship, it behooves you to open your eyes and look at your surroundings. Don't be oblivious. Don't look the other way. Do the things that are difficult for you. Communicate, do your best, because your person is not looking at you like, they want to leave or they're not support. Like, they understand. It's just that you're going to have to work to continue that path to understanding. As long as you have the same intent or the same end goal, it will be okay, so you have this past energy here. This Page of Swords is clarified by the King of Pentacles as well as the Ace of Swords here. Okay, so in the past, I feel like, again, you started this communication. You even have the Ace here. Like, there were the ideas that you had in order to, if this is all centered around a relationship, then we're just going to go with it. There was an idea or communications you had in regard to making a relationship or something very stable, or being that person that showed up with the just that responsible person, that fiscally responsible person, or you just had different things that you wanted to bring to the table. This could be you talking to your person, or you actually being this King of Pentacles, this very strong, secure person. All right. Let's see. Present energy, you have here the Page of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Four of Swords in reverse, as well as the Empress now coming out in reverse. Okay, so right now, something happened to all of that initiative that you had in the past. There was some thing that took away all the confidence, and made you feel like you were being attacked. And now is the time that you kind of fight through that adversity, because where did that come from? You have to find the source of that in the first place. With this Four of Swords here in reverse, it's like, don't just lay down and stay quiet. And when things happen in the conversation where you don't want to talk anymore, like, don't not talk. Don't just go away from the situation. Don't just put your hands up. You have to still act. You have to still communicate in order to save the relationship. With the Empress here, like, you still need that nurturing, that caring energy. You still have to want the same goal. Just because it's hard or difficult or whatever, it does not mean just give up. Don't give up in the middle of your situation, especially if you still want that situation, whatever it is. Okay, regardless of if it's a romantic relationship or not. At the end of the day, the potential outcome you have here is the Strength as well as the Sun card, both in reverse. You have to ask yourself, Aries, what it is that you really are wanting, and ask yourself, are you exhibiting the strength enough to be able, or the courage enough to face your fears throughout everything, to throw away what does not serve you, to accept, the situation as it is right now and grow from there? Are you able to, this card didn't come up, but low key, high key, Five of Pentacles, where you're at your lowest point. And since you are at your lowest point, there's only up from there. Are you ready to be able to detach from, again, what does not serve you, and just focus on what is better, what is going to become of the relationship or whatever the situation, if you get clear on what you want and if you have the courage to attain what you want. Okay. At the end of the day, your advice here with this Empress card is clarified by the Two of Wands in reverse as well as the Ten of Wands. They're both in reverse. Okay, so this is giving, again, you have to find that what's going to, or the role that you want to take to nurture this situation. within yourself, outside of yourself. You have to be patient with yourself. Be okay with things not moving at a speed or at all right now, because you need to get situated within you first. You need to unload your burden so that you can continue traveling, so that you can continue looking out into the future of what can become. Okay, you have to get out the weeds first, though, or the tainted fertilizer, in order to move forward. Okay, so do yourself that service. Calm down, be as the trees be, and move forward intentionally. Okay, live intentionally. All right, Aries, last but not least, we're going to pull some shadow work that you or your person may want to work on, or that, it's just you. All right, I don't know how this turned into a love reading, but all right, so Aries, let's see what's happening for you. For my Aries, you have impatient. Look for patterns of your impatience. Notice the negative physical symptoms it causes you. Take deep breaths and slow down. That sounds familiar? All right, on the bottom of the deck, you do have addictions. Remember, this is subconscious energy. Think about the emotions you are trying to cover up. Deal with those emotions, process, heal, and release them. I cannot make these things up. They will repeat themselves if that's really what needs to happen. Okay, so Aries, be aware during this next week. Okay, be on top of things, live intentionally, and I will see you later. All right, definitely take a gander at your last weekly Wednesday reading if you missed it. And again, toodles. Love you guys.